Here with your Wednesday news round. Coming up, what 2021 has in store in the world of gaming. Plus, look who's having a lovely time in the snow. But first to America, where President Donald Trump is today facing a vote by the House of Representatives to impeach him for a second time after a protest led to his supporters attacking the Capitol building. Impeachment is a way to hold presidents to account if they're suspected of committing offences while in charge. Today's vote is, if it's successful, he would go on trial in the Senate to determine his guilt and could possibly be forced to leave the White House before his presidency ends on the 20th of January. However, in his first public appearance since last Wednesday's riot, Mr. Trump still insists he's done nothing wrong.
The impeachment hoax is a continuation of the greatest and most vicious witch hunt in the history of our country and is causing tremendous anger and division and pain, far greater than most people will ever understand, which is very dangerous for the USA, especially at this very tender time.
Well, whatever happens, Joe Biden will become the country's next president next week. That's despite Donald Trump's unproven claims that he won and the election was stolen from him. Ricky's been looking into why some people still believe Mr. Trump and why that's so important.
Yes, Joe Biden won the US election and will become the country's next president in a week's time. But Donald Trump claims to have won. He says that the election was stolen from him, although he's never given any proof. But many of Donald Trump's supporters still believe he did win. That's important because if people believe things that are not true, that can have big consequences. And the reasons why some people believe the election was stolen have lessons for all of us. Now, when Donald Trump became the 45th president of the United States 4 years ago, he attracted huge crowds wherever he went. Many of those supporters have stuck by Donald Trump every single step of the way. In fact, in the 2020 election, Donald Trump gathered millions more votes than the last election in 2016, but he got less than Joe Biden. Donald Trump has told his supporters that the result of last year's election was stolen.
We had an election that was stolen from us.
Again, no one has found any evidence of this, but it's something he keeps saying time and time again. A view he shares on powerful platforms like social media and whenever he appears on TV. Before President Trump was banned from using Twitter, he had a massive following, almost 90 million followers. His posts and all the times he refused to accept the outcome of the election were shared, retweeted, and spread around the internet, which means his message will always reach a huge number of people. And it's not just what Donald Trump himself has said. Other things that are untrue about the election, Joe Biden, and the whole of the way American democracy is run have been shared time and time again amongst some Trump supporters. They were amplified or made louder by some people on TV and even some politicians. Now, it's fair to say that lots of Trump supporters follow the same accounts, listen and watch the same news programs, so they're constantly hearing the same message that the election was stolen. The effect of all these false claims or misinformation made some Trump supporters extremely angry. They say it led some of them to attack the US Capitol building last week. But we're all able to be taken in by misinformation, especially if we feel powerful emotions when we see or read something, and it's easy to follow people we already agree with and share what they have to say. Now, if we feel angry or sad or even very happy when we're given some information, it can be a good idea to stop and question whether it might be at all true.
Well, we're looking at the best in gaming in a wee mo, but first let's take a quick look at some football headlines. This second half volley by Paul Pogba took Manchester United to the top of the table last night with a 1-0 win over Burnley. They face champions Liverpool this weekend. Sheffield United fans got a big boost, finally gaining their first Premier League win of the season in their 18th game. They beat 10-man Newcastle United at Bramall Lane. The only goal of the match came from substitute Billy Sharp, who sent goalkeeper Carol Darlow the wrong way from the penalty spot. Some gaming news now, and with 2020 bringing us brand new consoles and some pretty epic games, you might be wondering what 2021 has in store. Well, we got in touch with gaming expert Shay Thompson to give us the lowdown.
Hi Newsround, it's Shay here. Now, 2020 was a mammoth year in gaming. New PlayStations, new Xboxes, and games like Animal Crossing New Horizons and Minecraft Dungeons. So how exactly is 2021 going to compete with that? Well, here's how, and it is all about the games. First up, Zelda and Link are back. The sequel to Breath of the Wild is expected later on this year, and after the hype surrounding the teaser trailer released all the way back in 2019, we're pretty sure that the full release is going to be massive. And Nintendo aren't done there. A remake to Pokemon Snap is coming this year too. In true Nintendo style, the story is pretty wild. You play as a Pokemon paparazzi armed with a camera, watching your favourite Pokemon doing their thing in the wild. Sounds a bit weird, but trust me. Venturing through mysterious forests, beautiful beaches, and frozen tundras in search of the perfect Pokepick will be pretty epic. It's been almost 8 years since the last Ratchet & Clank game, so a lot of younger gamers aren't totally sure of what they should expect. In the new game, you'll be able to traverse and explore different worlds and take on a villainous emperor. What's not to like? If you're a big Harry Potter fan, I've no doubt that you've spent time casting spells to yourself in the mirror. Well, Hogwarts Legacy will let you do that for real in the game, as you jump into the wizarding world, taking the action into your own hands in this open world role-playing game. As well as all this, some of our favourite games will be dropping new expansion packs, events and character skins. We'll almost certainly see updates to Fall Guys and Animal Crossing, and the creators of Among Us have already announced that their new map Airship will be live in 2021 as well. If 2020 was the year for new consoles, then 2021 is the year for amazing new games. Happy gaming!
Thank you, Shay. Head online for the top environment stories of the week in Your Planet Weather Special. While you're there, find out about plans to have Sir David Attenborough beamed right into your living room. Why not? Check it out. And finally, you're not the only ones who've been enjoying the snow this winter. Oh no, snowfall in Yi'an City in southwest China brought out the playful sides of these two giant pandas at a conservation and research centre. With their thick fur keeping them warm and dry, the duo spent their day playing on the slide, chasing each other and being incredibly cute. How cool is that? Well, my time is up. We're with you 24 hours a day over on the Newsround website. Have a great Wednesday, people. Bye-bye.